Hey everybody, it's Commander Clyde. We're back once again with another tier list update today for the 5.7 patch to Smite. Alright, so quick run through the god changes. Dodgy nerf, Camazot's nerf, Uller nerf, Janus nerf, Kali, Slight buff, Hades buff, Poseidon buff, Bacchus buff. Alright. Starting with the guns on the top. Uller does less damage with his abilities, but he's still pretty broken. So like, it's not, just aren't a big deal. That doesn't change what makes him strong. So he stays in that same spot, right behind Hu Yi. Here I think is where he's supposed to be because Kali's already more broken than before. Freya, I'm gonna do some slight editing on this. Her performance has dwindled so severely that we gotta do a swap her for Habois. We'll do that. Incidentally, she loses to a lot of hunters though, so yeah. Forgot to change that. She's been up here for a while. I thought she would be stronger. Not the case. By any means. Okay, who is next? Dodgy S minus. I have her behind Camazot's. That being said, she's probably weaker than Arachne now. So I think moving her down in the same tier is a good spot. She's decent against most gods, but she's not in that great of a spot right now. Her damage has noticeably come down quite a bit. Just unfortunate for you dodgy players out there, but hey. These things happen. She was way too strong and she was nerfed accordingly, so there she sits. That's not a very slight change. I think I had her under a little bit purposefully. So it's not a big change. Camazot's nerf. I haven't seen his performance dwindle from those changes, so he's gonna stay where he is. His 2 still does a lot of damage and all that, so yeah, he doesn't change a whole lot. That's a pretty good spot for him. Sol is still super strong. Hades' spot just gets solidified more. He was already pretty good, but I like to keep him about where he is, honestly. Because I think he was in a good spot to begin with, being in the middle of S here. So our favorite Dark Lord's going to hang out where he is. Janus is already a terrible dual god. This might make him more terrible. That being said, I think he's in the bottom of A because of that. Because his damage is being nerfed a little bit. Threshold's being nerfed. So he doesn't have movement as much. He can't use this as much. An already fairly weak god becomes weaker. Poor guy. But those changes were directed at Conquest, so understandably, and those are good nerfs because he's been one of the best gods in Conquest for a long time. They've just been like, oh, Janus, he doesn't have a global ultimate, he's not broken, whatever. They just kind of ignore him. Kali doesn't move. Like, she's as high as she can get. Hello? Such a stupid god. Anyway, Poseidon. It's affected his tide meter, which he can have more movement speed because he won't be using as much of his meter up. But I don't think that's a big change to him. I don't think that will increase his performance. It'll make it a little easier for him to like run away, maybe. But that's the only benefit I see him getting from this change. So doesn't move. And okay, Bacchus. Where'd you go? C. Okay, so let me do quick math. This ticks 4 times, right? So he gets 20 extra damage. And of course, the healing reduction just gets applied, and the healing reduction lasts longer, so he's better against anti-heal. So maybe he's just barely not C. I don't know. There's very little he can do when his abilities are down. He's kind of just in between here. It's a weird spot for God to be in. I mean, this buff is very significant in other modes, obviously, and that's where they're looking. They're looking at, I think, they want him to be a better pick in Conquest. And that's their main goal with this. And that will have a significant impact in that mode. Of course. Doesn't in Duel, but he's a Guardian. Like, what do you expect from Guardians in Duel? Not a whole lot. Let's just review everything here. See if anybody needs to move. Now, I understand Opwash can play much better than his tier if he's in the hands of a good player, but like you can't justify that positioning. And if you judge it by even skill between players, that's about where he is, and it's sad. But I mean, you know what? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Actually, I think he might be right here, if I'm honest. So we'll keep him around there, and I think that's a good spot for him. Because he's been a little bit stronger this season, which is interesting considering his main issue of having almost no mobility at all. He's one of the most vulnerable gods in the game, but if you know what you're doing, it works out sometimes. Alright guys, and I think that is gonna do it for the tier list today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more. Do not forget to check the live stream at twitch.tv/CommanderClyde. I would appreciate it if those of you watching would go there and follow me or watch, or bring any kind of support that you may wish to. Would appreciate some follows. Very close to 50 followers, and that will make getting Twitch affiliate and getting a subscriber button that much more possible. Really appreciate it. Also, if you would like to follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description. Actually, links to everything I mentioned will be in the description. And follow me on Twitter at Commander_Clyde. And you'll get updates on new YouTube videos, and when I go live, it should actually, I have to double check that my Twitter synced to my Twitch. Anyway, thanks everybody. I'll see you next time for some more Smite. Have a good one.